my friend. 4-chord finger fun in the key of B. When we play the key of B, the 1 chord is the B major, of course, yeah? In its family chords, we have a C sharp minor. We also have a D sharp minor, an E major. We're going to move it on up to have an F sharp major. You can play that in a couple different ways. When we've got our next chord, we're going to be playing our G sharp. You feel it as a minor. There we go. We got our... Wonderful. And then as far as playing up the chords, we're going to be playing an A for our last note. When we play our 5 chord, which would be our F sharp, and add a pinky in here to get that E note, it gives us our diminish. So our diminish, our A sharp diminish, is going to be going right back to our 1 chord. So what I would really like to do today is try to use 4 of these chords, put it in a progression, and have fun practicing the practice. My name is Wago Howard. If you haven't already checked out the channel, please do. B to an F sharp major, the B back again, and now we're going to go to the E. This progression is called a 1, 5, 4. Even though we're putting the 1 in between there, you could call it a 1, 5, 1, 4 progression. And the last thing I want to do is throw a little spice in here and then throw a chord which isn't one of those three. Let's pick, how about the D sharp minor? Nice. Our D sharp minor can look exactly like our D minor does in a secondary fingering. So if you know how to play an F, and you know that F major has a relative minor, D minor, F major, D minor, hey! So when we play our F major with a secondary finger and then put a pinky down, we can move that forward and bar just that note, or we can bar the whole thing a ding ding. That gives us the chord we're looking for. Here we go. See how that chord can be considered a deceptive cadence. What we've done is we've taken the progression which had a 1, stable. It went to the 5, super stable, the dominant. Goes back to the 1, so it feels like it's super secure, and then it goes to that 4. Very interesting doing this. When we add in that D sharp minor, we are taking a note and a chord which feels a little bit awkward, as if it's not really resolving itself. So it ends on kind of a bummer. However, that's why music is fun. The next chord you can use can actually be something which is different from your progression and somehow get back to your progression. Very interesting enough, if you take your D sharp minor and then you move it to your E major, it kind of does like its own resolution. That's because those two are very relative to each other, moving back and forth. For an E, we could best use a D sharp diminished. Now, we're not going to finagle this D minor so we could actually move it into having something which is a passing chord. That'll be a little much. But for our 4-chord adventure and fun today, try 1 chord, which is not really the 3 that you're doing in the progression, and see if one of the other chords from this key signature would be appropriate. Maybe like a C sharp minor.